Babe, Pig in the City is a film featuring a prized farm pig whose talents are greatly sought after. In a crunch for money, Babe's owner's wife takes him to the city to make a quick buck in hopes of saving the farm from foreclosure. The film was released in 1998 after its successful prequel, Babe. This visually ambitious film does concoct an elaborate pan-metropolis including traces of New York, Hollywood, San Francisco, Paris, Venice, and so on, says New York Times film critic Janet Maslin, who spoke heavily in regards to the design of the film. Design, a large portion of the mise-en-scène in film, is a major contributor to the visual ambition addressed by Maslin. The elements of design include costumes, makeup, setting, decor, lighting, and props of a film. Further elements of mise-en-scène that add to the visual appeal of Babe, Pig in the City include the use of open and closed frames to create more meaningful images. The use of color in Babe, Pig in the City emulates the use of color in the 1971 film Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Blue, a very distinct color in both films, is used to create a more literal scene out of the initially metaphorical imagery. In Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, a young girl by the name of Violet turns a vivid violet blue as a result of eating blueberry pie flavored gum. Her sudden swelling and blue skin tone matches that of the blueberry flavoring from her gum. In the climatic ballroom scene of Babe, Pig in the City, the characters are lost in a sea of chaos that calms with the recovery of a lost chimpanzee baby and the settling of a sea of blue balloons. The use of blue across the various elements of design draws attention to the severity of the situation in each film. Framing plays a big role in both Babe, Pig in the City and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Characters are lined up in a staggered formation in both films, where the entirety of the frame is filled with characters. This allows all prevalent characters to be seen by the audience and creates a sense of oneness between the characters. As the strays line up behind Babe in support of his ideas for food distribution, the strength of their support is amplified by their staggered order within the frame. None of the stray animals are ever seen outside of that closed frame. In Willy Wonka, the lucky golden ticket holders are regularly seen side by side, embracing the circumstances under which they have found themselves and rarely straggling from the rest of the group. In both films, the use of open frames often signals the separation of individual characters from their respective groups, inevitably leading to a series of unfortunate circumstances, be it capture by animal control or being nearly ground up by fan blades while floating high above the ground. Films are pieces of artwork that require large quantities of time to create. Each element of design contributes to the final image and feel of the film. Maintaining awareness of the effects of the elements of design and how subtle messages can be expressed without the use of dialogue allows a producer to create an aesthetically and intellectually interesting film. Neglecting the elements of design can greatly hinder a film. The simple contrast of lighting seen in the room full of singing cats in Babe, Pig in the City created depth to the room and an immensity to the number of cats that may not have otherwise been achieved. Many people are ignorant to the efforts and the attention to detail necessary to make a film that is anything but amateur. However, with the simplest understanding of the art of film, filmmaking is a chance to live many lifetimes.